In the heart of a merciless winter storm, the city lies transformed into a frozen, desolate landscape. Streets once filled with laughter and life are now abandoned, covered by a thick, relentless blanket of snow. Amid the swirling, icy gusts and relentless flurries, a lone stray cat named Oliver ventures through the darkness. His patchy, matted fur tells a story of endless nights fighting the bitter cold, and his piercing eyes, filled with both determination and quiet sorrow, scan the frozen world around him. Each cautious step he takes leaves a brief, delicate imprint on the snow, as if marking his solitary journey of survival against insurmountable odds. For months, Oliver has roamed these unforgiving streets, eking out a meager existence from discarded scraps and the rare kindness of strangers. Once, he might have known the comfort of a warm lap or the gentle touch of a caring hand, but now his life is defined by hardship and isolation. His fur, no longer sleek and well-groomed, has taken on the rugged appearance of a wanderer who has braved countless storms. Tonight, however, the biting wind seems to carry not only the chill of winter, but also a sense of impending urgency, a hint that destiny is stirring in the depths of the icy night. As the wind howls through narrow alleyways and across deserted boulevards, even the faint glow of streetlights appears to struggle against the overwhelming darkness. In the distance, the silhouettes of shuttered homes and silent storefronts stand as mute witnesses to the harsh reality of a world gripped by cold. Yet, within this frozen expanse, Oliver senses that something monumental is about to unfold. Far beyond his solitary path, a modest home battles against the relentless frost, its windows dimly illuminated as a family huddles together in desperate hope for warmth and safety. In this moment, as the temperature plummets and the storm intensifies, Oliver's soulful eyes mirror a silent promise. He is not merely a stray cat condemned to wander the night. He is a resilient spirit, a living testament to the power of survival even in the bleakest conditions. Every fiber of his being seems to vibrate with the potential to spark a miracle that could bridge the gap between despair and hope for a family on the brink of freezing. With the storm raging around him, Oliver pushes forward, driven by an instinct that transcends his own survival, as if he carries within him the key to altering the fate of others. Inside a modest, aging home on the outskirts of the frozen city, a family battles the relentless grip of winter. The power has been out for what feels like an eternity, and the once warm living room is now cloaked in a dim, blue-tinged chill. A mother, her eyes heavy with worry, wraps her shivering children in threadbare blankets as they huddle together for warmth. In the corner, the father stares at the dying embers of a once bright fireplace, his calloused hands struggling to coax life back into the sputtering flames, while the relentless winter storm howls outside, threatening to snuff out what little warmth remains. Every creak of the old house, every gust of wind rattling the window panes, deepens their sense of isolation and fear. The biting cold seeps through the walls, making the room feel smaller, more confining, a stark reminder that survival tonight is uncertain. Outside, the furious winter storm rages unabated, its icy fingers lashing at the house as if trying to claim it for the frozen wilderness. The family's predicament is palpable. The once cozy home now feels like a fragile sanctuary on the brink of collapse, vulnerable to the brutal elements. Then, through the cacophony of the howling wind and swirling snow, a soft, persistent sound emerges. A plaintive meow that cuts through the despair like a ray of hope. At the threshold of their frost-bitten home stands Oliver, the scruffy stray cat whose determined journey through the storm had led him to this very doorstep. His fur, though matted and frosted by the relentless cold, carries a resilience that speaks of countless nights battling nature's fury. His bright, piercing eyes seem to hold a message, a silent plea for help, or perhaps a promise of salvation. The mother, her heart pounding with both trepidation and wonder, slowly approaches the door. With trembling hands, she opens it just a crack, peering out into the bleak, frozen world. In that fragile moment, her eyes meet Oliver's unwavering gaze, and an indescribable connection is forged, a bond born of mutual need and shared struggle against a merciless winter. The children, their faces pressed against the cold glass, watch with wide-eyed curiosity as the cat stands resolute against the storm. For a heartbeat, time seems to suspend. The oppressive chill of the night gives way to a glimmer of warmth and possibility. Inside, the father, momentarily distracted from his futile attempts to revive the fire, glances toward the door. The soft, insistent meows of Oliver echo with a profound urgency, a call that reverberates deep within his soul. It is as if the cat's presence offers a promise, that even in the darkest, coldest hours, there is a chance for renewal, a chance to rewrite a story of despair into one of hope. The family, united in their silent struggle against the elements, senses that this night might mark a turning point, a miracle waiting to unfold amidst the bitter cold. Every gentle touch and every heartfelt word wove together a tapestry of hope, affirming that even in the darkest, coldest hours, miracles could emerge from the most unexpected places. Inside the modest home, the relentless winter storm outside continued to howl, its icy gusts rattling windows and threatening to snuff out the fragile warmth within. But tonight, something extraordinary was unfolding. With determined steps, Oliver, the scruffy stray cat with patchy matted fur, made his way onto the doorstep. Each careful paw step left a soft imprint in the freshly fallen snow as he approached the threshold with a measured urgency. His insistent meows, though soft against the roar of the wind, carried a message of hope and desperation that reached deep into the hearts of those huddled inside. For hours, the family had fought to fend off the biting cold, their faces etched with worry as they clung to the meager warmth of a dying fire. The mother, her eyes glistening with unshed tears, had wrapped her shivering children in threadbare blankets, while the father's weary hands struggled to coax life back into the flickering embers. Then, as if guided by fate, the soft sound of Oliver's meows pierced the oppressive silence. At that moment, the mother slowly moved toward the door and, with trembling fingers, opened it wider. The cold air rushed in, but so did a glimmer of light, the faint glow emanating from Oliver's determined eyes. Drenched from the relentless snow and wind, Oliver hesitated only a moment at the threshold, his deep, soulful eyes scanning the unfamiliar warmth of the room. With each cautious step, the boundaries between the harsh, frozen world outside and the sanctuary within began to blur. The father, startled from his struggle with the embers, looked up in wonder as the stray cat, his fur clinging in wet clumps, pushed his way into the living room. "You're safe now?" he murmured, voice thick with emotion, as he extended a gentle hand toward Oliver. The cat's body trembled from both the cold and the uncertainty of this newfound refuge. Yet in his gaze there was a silent plea, a yearning to be understood and accepted. The children, peering out from behind their mother, watched with wide-eyed astonishment as Oliver padded timidly across the threshold. Their curious faces, lit by the dim glow of the fire, softened as they saw the cat's gentle vulnerability. In that poignant moment, the once lifeless room seemed to brighten ever so slightly, as if the arrival of this unexpected visitor had breathed new life into the weary hearts of the family. Each soft purr that emerged from Oliver's chest was like a whisper of reassurance, bridging the gap between despair and hope. As Oliver moved further into the room, the family gathered around him, offering small comforts, a warm blanket, a tender pat on the head, a few kind words spoken in hushed tones. The once frigid living room transformed into a haven where the boundaries between man and animal blurred into a shared experience of survival and renewal. Outside, the storm still raged, but within these walls, the miracle of compassion began to take shape. Inside the modest, frost-bitten home, a palpable shift in energy starts to unfold. The once dying embers in the fireplace now seem to glow a little brighter, as if stirred by an unseen hand. The father, inspired by Oliver's courageous entrance, leans closer to the flickering flames, carefully coaxing them to life. His calloused hands, once trembling from the cold, now move with renewed determination, adding another log to the fire. The fire's warmth slowly begins to seep into the room, melting away the pervasive chill that had held the family captive for so long. Around the revived hearth, the family gathers in a tender, almost reverent circle. The children, their wide eyes now sparkling with a mix of relief and wonder, settle down beside Oliver, who has claimed a spot near the gentle warmth of the fire. Their shivers begin to subside as they wrap themselves around soft, freshly provided blankets. The mother, wiping tears from her cheeks, offers quiet words of comfort to her little ones, her voice steady and filled with hope. In that moment, every heart in the room beats in unison. a silent promise that no one would be left to face the storm alone. Outside, the relentless winter still rages, but the flickering glow from the home reaches out like a beacon of hope. Neighbors, drawn by the gentle light and the soft murmur of voices, begin to appear. One by one, they approach the door with offerings of extra blankets, warm food, and even small hand-knit scarves. Each gesture, no matter how modest, weaves a new thread into the tapestry of the family's renewed spirit. The simple act of sharing warmth and care transforms the living room from a place of despair into a sanctuary of compassion and community. Oliver, the scruffy stray cat who had braved the bitter cold, now lounges contentedly by the fire. His once ragged fur seems to catch the soft glow of the flames, and his eyes, still holding remnants of past hardships, now reflect a quiet satisfaction. The presence of this resilient feline has done more than just provide comfort. It has ignited a spark within the hearts of the family and the community. The father, emboldened by the collective care that surrounds him, begins to speak of rebuilding and preparing for the future. The mother, reassured by the support of neighbors and the healing power of kindness, allows herself to smile as she watches her children play gently with Oliver. In that humble room, amidst the gentle crackle of a steadily growing fire, hope and renewal take root. The once frigid space, now filled with soft laughter and the murmur of shared stories, stands as a testament to the transformative power of compassion. Even as the storm continues its battle outside, the home has become a living, breathing symbol of resilience and unity. Every whispered word, every kind gesture, and every spark of the revived fire speaks of a promise. A promise that no matter how dark the night, miracles can bloom from the smallest acts of love. As the bitter winter storm gradually gives way to the soft light of early dawn, the once frigid home transforms into a sanctuary of warmth and hope. Outside, the snow begins to melt, revealing a world that, while still touched by the season's chill, is slowly awakening from its frozen slumber. Inside, the family gathers around the now steady glow of the revived fireplace, their faces illuminated by both the dancing flames and the promise of a new beginning. At the center of this heartfelt transformation lies Oliver, the scruffy stray cat whose courageous journey through the storm not only saved the family from freezing, but also rekindled a spirit of unity and renewal. Over the following days, Oliver becomes much more than a miraculous visitor. He becomes an integral part of the family. The once lonely and battered cat now finds himself embraced by a household that has discovered the true meaning of resilience. The father, whose weary eyes now sparkle with a cautious optimism, speaks of rebuilding their lives with a determination fueled by Oliver's unwavering courage. The mother, her heart slowly mending from the long, cold nights of despair, documents their journey, a journey of survival, compassion, and hope that touches everyone who hears their story. The children, whose once timid faces have now brightened with curiosity and joy, find comfort and laughter in the playful antics of Oliver, whose soft purrs seem to whisper that miracles do happen, even on the darkest nights. Outside, the harsh memory of the storm remains, a testament to the night when despair almost claimed the family. Yet from that same storm, the community has emerged stronger and more united. Neighbors, inspired by the story of a stray cat who braved the elements to save a family, continue to extend their kindness by delivering extra blankets, hot meals, and heartfelt smiles. The local news captures Oliver's miraculous journey, and soon his story spreads far and wide, igniting hope and inspiring others to look out for one another. Each retelling of the tale reinforces the belief that even the smallest creature can spark monumental change, and that within every heart lies the capacity for extraordinary compassion. In a series of heartwarming scenes, we see the family sharing meals together, laughter echoing in the once desolate living room, and Oliver resting peacefully near the crackling fire, his eyes reflecting the warmth of a love that now surrounds him. The camera lingers on the soft glow of the hearth, on the faces of neighbors and friends who've become part of this renewed tapestry of community, and on Oliver's serene expression, a living symbol of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of kindness. As the final moments unfold, the screen fades to a montage of joyful reunions and shared smiles, accompanied by a gentle reminder. No matter how cold or dark the night, the light of compassion and unity will always find a way to shine through.